Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Build 2020 session on building scalable and secure apps with Azure Cosmos DB. My name is Tim Sander, and I'm here with Deborah and Thomas from the Azure Cosmos DB engineering team. We've got some great announcements for you today. Deborah and Thomas, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Tim, and thank you to everyone for joining this session. Today is all about what's new in Azure Cosmos DB in every stage of the developer journey. We'll take you through what's new to help you get started, scale your app, and go to production with our enterprise-grade security features. It's always great to see all these demos in the context of a real-world scenario. So let's say today that we're building an app. It's going to be a payment processing app in the financial services industry. And as part of this app, people will be making payments, doing transactions, which will get written to and processed in Cosmos DB. We know we need to meet certain requirements. For example, we know we have unpredictable traffic patterns. We don't know what they will be, but we know it's unpredictable. Because depending on how many people are using the app at a certain time, we might have extremely high or spiky traffic patterns or very low, steady traffic. In addition, because of the sensitive nature of the user's financial data, we need to comply with very strong security requirements. So let's see how Azure Cosmos DB makes all of this possible. First, with any new Cosmos DB app, we need a Cosmos DB account. Because we're starting with a new account, we can take advantage of Azure Cosmos DB's free tier. With free tier, you get the first 400 RUs and 5 GB of storage for free for the entire lifetime of the account. So this makes it really easy to get started, pay nothing at all upfront, and because it comes with all the benefits, features, and SLAs of a regular Cosmos DB account, we know that we can start small now and scale up later as needed. Now, after we have an account, the next thing we need to do is find a place to store our data. This is a database after all. So in order to bootstrap some data so we can start building our app, we'll use Cosmos DB's new C# notebooks. These notebooks are completely free, and they are directly integrated into your Cosmos DB account in the Azure portal. It comes with many built-in features to make it really easy for you as a developer to interact with Cosmos DB, query, and visualize your data. So the first thing we'll do is use our built-in .NET SDK to create a new database and container to hold our data. Right after I run the cell, this will create the resource, and if I go to my resource tree, under here I see my payment data container was indeed created. Now that I have a place to store my data, the next thing we need to decide is what our data model looks like. Because we're dealing with payment or transaction data, we know we need to keep track of things like the currency, the transaction type, the amount, who the user is, and other properties. After that, we want to generate some data so we can bootstrap our app. Here, we'll use the bogus library, which is a open source .NET library that makes it really easy to automatically generate a lot of sample data that matches a particular format, which in this case will be this format here. I'm bringing this library in with our #r_NuGet syntax because we made it really easy for you as a developer to bring in any custom NuGet packages that you want to work with in this notebook environment. So we've got a helper method to generate a bunch of data, and putting it all together, now we'll generate our sample data and write it to Cosmos DB. So this is going to generate 100 items, and if I go to my payment data container, go to items, pick one, I see that the data was written to Cosmos DB in the format that I expected. Now, it's great that we were able to write data into Cosmos DB, but another thing that that we find ourselves wanting to do very commonly as developers is figure out what does my query actually look like? What is the shape or trends of my data? So what we can do there is we can once again use the Cosmos DB SDK to query our data, but now use our built-in Interact data visualization tool to help you view the data and see certain trends. So once I run this, we're going to get 100 results back. And now this window is going to open automatically. Here, I can see my results in a table format. And I also have these great built-in visualizations I can choose from. So if I select bar chart, let's say I want to group my data by transaction type and see what the trends are there. You can even adjust the color. And now I can quickly see an overview of all my items and even interactively zoom in to see what the data looks like over time.
Hey, Deborah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is really awesome. I mean, I just love how these new C# notebooks let you explore and interact with your Cosmos DB data right from the browser and by writing C#. I think it actually looks like a lot of fun to me, and I want to have some fun as well. I was wondering, is there any way for us to collaborate on those notebooks?
Yeah, thanks so much for bringing that up. We should definitely collaborate. Like, it's great that I have this notebook here, but I think the real power comes in from sharing it with you, the team, and even the broader community. So with the new C# notebooks, we also have a new feature, which is GitHub integration. With GitHub integration, it makes it really easy to connect your notebook's workspace directly to your GitHub account. So Thomas, what I bet you didn't know was that I was actually running this sample from GitHub the whole time.
Oh, okay.
And something even cooler is we know it's a common developer workflow that you might have different branches that you want to use your notebooks in. So here I can even select another branch, hit OK, and now I have all the notebooks in my additional branch showing up here as well. Okay. Now back to this notebook, because we're directly connected to my GitHub account, if I were to make any changes, I can easily save it back to my GitHub repo. So Thomas, what's the message you want to put in this notebook for everyone?
I think we should say a warm welcome to all our build attendees.
Okay, all right, and this, I'll select save. Here's a commit message I'll type. So I'll just say welcome, save. Now I'll go to my GitHub account here. This, by the way, is the exact repo that I'm storing this notebook in. And if I go to my commit logs, I should be able to refresh and see that that commit is actually reflected here. So in just a few clicks, I was able to easily make changes and save them all back to the notebook in my GitHub repository.
Okay, great. So now we have these new C# notebooks. We even have GitHub integration, which is just great. And by the way, how much do these Cosmos DB notebooks cost again?
Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier, but these notebooks are completely free.
Right, I just wanted to make sure. So this is going to help us tremendously when building our new application. But next, there is one very important requirement I would like us to think about, and that is scalability. Because you see, I'm very confident that our new payment processing application is going to be super successful. But at this stage, it's pretty hard to predict how much traffic we will get from the beginning as we launch the application. So I'm not really sure how we could do any kind of capacity planning at this stage. What do you think, Deborah?
Yeah, it's a really good point you bring up, Thomas, because I think we're in the same boat as a lot of our customers who are starting new applications on Cosmos DB. We know in most cases, it can actually be very hard and difficult to predict what traffic requirement am I going to have upfront. The good news for us, however, is we can take advantage of a new feature in Cosmos DB called Autoscale, which is now GA at build. With Autoscale, Cosmos DB automatically and instantly scales the RUs of our database and container based on the usage. So as a user, all we have to do is set the max or highest RUs we never want to exceed, and Cosmos DB will handle scaling between that and a 10% range. This is really great for variable or unpredictable traffic patterns or workloads like ours, because we no longer have to decide, at what point what should we scale Cosmos DB to. And this can also help us optimize and save a lot on cost. Because the moment that Cosmos DB sees that there's no traffic on our container or database, it'll scale down to the minimum, which will save us a lot of money. So let's go ahead and see a demo of Autoscale in action.
Yes, please.
All right, so back here in my C# notebook, I'm going to go to another notebook here and do a very simple benchmarking or load test. We're going to simulate having a variable or unpredictable traffic pattern and see how Autoscale responds. So the first thing we need to do as setup is to create a new Autoscale database or container, again using our built-in Dana SDK, except this time I'm configuring it to use Autoscale. In my resource tree, I see I have this Autoscale container, and if I go to scale and settings, I see that it is indeed provisioned with Autoscale, and it's going to scale between 400 RUs, which is the minimum, or 4,000 RUs based on the usage. You see these two toggles here between Autoscale and manual. For build, we also, here at build with our GA, we also allow you now to enable Autoscale on an existing container or database. So all you need to do is switch between these to figure out the type of throughput that you would like. So going back here, now that we have our database and container, we've got some setup. I have a helper method to help us print out the throughput or RU's usage. As with any benchmarking test, what we really want to measure is the throughput or operations per second we're able to get. So this helper method is just going to print that out every second, how many reads and writes we're getting against Cosmos DB. I have another helper method to insert the document so we can benchmark the write. And finally, here's the fun part. Putting it all together, we're going to simulate two types of traffic patterns on Cosmos DB. The first one is a very stable, boring, predictable one, where there's going to be a lot of delay between operations. So to simulate that, we'll say between every operation, which in this case I'm doing a lot of write operations, there'll be a 5 millisecond delay. And if I set this and go for the cell, okay, here we go. Go here. I'm printing out how many RUs per second I'm actually able to use. So we see that we're able to get around 1,500, 1,300 writes per second, depending on whatever the throughput was at that current time. But if I decide, let's say I have a sudden spike, let's say now we have 0 wait time. Okay, let's see what happens. Run this. Okay, and we now see the writes per second is much higher. So to really truly see this at scale, what I've done here is I've created another container called benchmark. And what it does is it shows you that I've provisioned this with 50,000 RUs max. So this will scale between 5,000 and 50,000 RUs. So this will be much closer to what we actually end up running in production. And to really see this, I've actually been running this application for a couple of hours now. And it is the same thing I did in the notebook cell, which is that every once in a while, it just changes the delay time to simulate the traffic pattern changing. So as this traffic pattern changes, we see in our metrics that Cosmos DB is instantly responding to handle the new workload. Here, the blue line is the max 50,000 RUs I've provisioned, and this orange line here is what Cosmos DB is actually scaled to. So we see that no matter what my traffic pattern is, whether it's higher, lower, or extremely unpredictable, Cosmos DB is able to handle that load. All right, so that's Autoscale, Thomas. What do you think? Should we use it for our application?
What do I think? Of course we should use it, because Autoscale is just amazing. And by the way, wasn't Autoscale one of the most requested features from our users?
Yeah, Autoscale was actually, or has been, I should say past tense, one of our top user voice items for the past 3 years with over, it's one of our top 3 user voice items. It's had over 1,800 votes, and we're really excited to be able to make this available in GA now.
Right, I think what's even more exciting is that we are currently working on new features like partial document updates or Active Directory integration that will let us deliver even more user voice items in the coming months, and I just can't wait to be there. Okay, so Autoscale is definitely the perfect solution for us because it automatically adjusts to my application's needs while still delivering the same guarantees around throughput and latency and availability. So yes, this is the right solution because as we launch our new application, we'll just let Cosmos DB figure out the required throughput for us by autoscaling. And generally speaking, Autoscale is really a great fit for any situation where I need my guaranteed performance, I need my guaranteed throughput, but at the same time, my traffic isn't predictable enough for me to scale my throughput manually. Now, I can also think of other situations where I actually don't need real throughput. For example, if I'm running development or testing activities, or even if I'm running a small, non-critical application, that's a situation where I will expect my database to sit idle most of the time and only process requests occasionally. And in this kind of situation, well, even Autoscale could result in some level of over-provisioning because basically what Autoscale delivers is dynamic throughput capacity. And so it's to even better address these kind of use cases that we are extremely excited to announce the upcoming preview of Azure Cosmos DB serverless. Serverless on Cosmos DB is going to be a pure consumption model, where you will only have to pay for the request units consumed by your database operations and for the storage consumed by your data. And because serverless is going to be a real pay-per-request billing model, it's going to lower even further the entry price for anyone who wants to start using Cosmos DB or anyone who wants to run a small application with light traffic. It's really going to be a great fit for any of those kind of small to medium workloads that, again, don't require real throughput, they don't require steady throughput, and they just receive requests occasionally. Now, serverless on Cosmos DB isn't ready for prime time yet. The reason why we are announcing it today at Build is because we plan to launch the public preview of this new billing model in just a couple of months. So serverless is around the corner. It's coming very, very soon. And until then, let's go back to that application that Deborah and I are building. So what we have seen so far is that new features like the C# notebooks and the new GitHub integration improve developer productivity whenever you are building a new application on Cosmos DB. We have also seen how the new Autoscale provision throughput offer makes it much more cost-effective to run applications at scale, as it automatically adjusts your provision throughput to your consumption and to your traffic. Now, the last thing we'll have to think about once we are ready to push our application to production is security, which is a topic that is very dear to my heart. Because we are going to create a new Cosmos DB account to run our application in our production environment, we'll be able to leverage new security features that are now available on Cosmos DB. And the first of these features is our new private link integration. Now, as a security best practice, we are going to run our application in a virtual network. And so we'll have to make sure that only resources within that virtual network can access our Cosmos DB account. Now, that's something that we could already achieve today by using what's called service endpoints. But we have to remember that what service endpoints do is that they expose my Cosmos DB account to the virtual network through its public IP address. And that means that in terms of security boundaries, my virtual network still needs to have some kind of access to the outside. And so for situations where I want to make sure that resources in my VNet only access other local resources in the same VNet, those are situations where we can now leverage private endpoints. Because private endpoints, they do just that. They expose a Cosmos DB account to a virtual network through IP addresses that are private to this virtual network, which helps a lot in reducing the risk of data exfiltration because, again, resources that run in my virtual network don't need to have any kind of access to the outside. The second new security feature we are going to leverage for our production account is customer managed keys. Here we have to remember that this payment processing application that we are building is targeting the financial services industry, which is, as you may know, pretty heavily regulated. And so as part of the compliance requirements we have to fulfill, we have to make sure that every time Cosmos DB writes data on disk, that data gets encrypted with encryption keys that customers can control. Now, encryption at rest is not a new feature, and for many years now, Cosmos DB has been encrypting data by default, but with what we call service managed keys, which are encryption keys that are transparently managed by Microsoft. What customer managed keys add is a second layer of encryption on top of the default encryption, and so effectively your data gets encrypted a second time with encryption keys that you store and manage from Azure Keyboard. What's really great is that it's extremely easy to leverage those new security features whenever you're creating a new Cosmos DB account. And let me show you what it looks like from the Azure portal. The first thing I would do is to go to the Azure Keyboard instance where I plan to store my encryption keys. And this is where I would generate a new key, just fill in the details and configure the key I want to create. And once the key is generated, I would just have to copy that key identifier. This is the identifier I will pass to Cosmos DB in order to control the encryption of my data. Next step is to actually create that new Cosmos DB account. And this is where I'm going to activate private link by selecting private endpoint under the connectivity method. On that same page, I would just scroll down, and this is where I would add a new private endpoint by registering the virtual network where my application will run. Last step is to activate customer managed keys. And again, this is as simple as switching a toggle on the next tab and by pasting the key identifier I have copied from Azure Keyboard. So as you can see, in just a couple of steps, it's very easy for me to activate those new security features whenever I'm creating a new Cosmos DB account from the portal, like here, but that you could achieve the exact same results whenever you're creating a new account programmatically by using ARM templates, PowerShell, or the Azure CLI. So today we have covered quite a few new features that are available today on Cosmos DB and that you can start using today. We have seen the new C# notebooks and their brand new GitHub integration that improve developer productivity for anyone who starts building a new application on Cosmos DB. We have also seen the new Autoscale provision throughput offer that is now generally available that makes it much more cost-effective to run applications at scale. And we have covered also a couple of new security features, like the private link integration that lets you improve network security whenever you're using virtual networks, and also customer managed keys that puts you in control of the encryption of your data whenever this is needed for compliance reasons. This is all the content we have for you today, but obviously we are very eager to take any question. And as you prepare and write your questions, I just wanted to remind you that we have a second session at Build this year. The session code is INT124, and that session is all about building hybrid HTAP solutions on top of Cosmos DB and Azure Synapse. You are more than welcome to follow us on Twitter at Azure Cosmos DB, and please subscribe to our YouTube account because we plan to publish new videos in the coming weeks, and I'm sure you don't want to miss that.
Awesome. Thank you, Thomas and Deborah. It looks like we have a lot of awesome questions that came in, so I'm just going to go through them one by one. How quickly does Autoscale scale up and down throughput? Is it seconds or minutes? This question is from Alex.
Okay.
Thomas, do you want to take it? Or Deborah, I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I can take that one. That's a great question, and I think all of us want to know what's happening behind the black box. If it's automatic, we want to know how does it work. So the way that Autoscale works in Cosmos DB is that when you tell us the max RUs you want, we actually provision enough capacity for you so that at any point in time, at any minute, any second, any hour, you can always use up to the max amount. Behind the scenes, we do report every 5 minutes what's the highest RUs the system has scaled to. So if you ever do want to see behind the scenes, how is Cosmos DB actually changing that scale, you can easily do so via the Azure Monitor metrics, which is what I showed earlier in my demo, or also via our metrics in the Cosmos DB Azure portal.
That's awesome. There's a second part to the question. That was all really good to hear. Second part is when Autoscale scales up and down, are we still charged for the full hour of our use if we were only to scale up for a few minutes?
Okay, that's a good question too. So I think Thomas, maybe you can add some color to this one as well. So with Autoscale, what we do is it's still at the end of the day a provision throughput model where so we do set aside the capacity for you, and you're only billed for the highest RUs the system scales to in the hour. So if there are hours where there's absolutely no request, you'll always be at the minimum and you'll just pay for that minimum. But if you have a workload where you really don't have that many requests, serverless, the upcoming preview serverless may actually be a better fit for you.
Yeah, absolutely. As Deborah just mentioned, Autoscale is just another way to consume our provision throughput offer. So it is provision throughput, right? So we are provisioning capacity for our customers, and that's why the time granularity of Autoscale is still 1 hour. Okay, and as Deborah mentioned as well, for situations where actually you would expect not only your consumption to go up and down at a more higher rate, but also you would expect your consumption to drop to zero at some point in time. Those are situations where you would look at our new serverless offer that will be available as in preview in a couple of months.
Oh, that's a good way to think of it. Serverless is a really good fit for those scenarios. Thanks, Thomas and Deborah.
Maybe.
Next question is from Sam. This is a really good one. A lot of the demos today were about SQL API. Sam's question is, how can we leverage these autopilot, autoscale, and serverless features for other APIs, such as the Gremlin API?
Cool. So Autoscale is supported for all Cosmos DB APIs. So we have support for Mongo custom commands, support for Cassandra CQL commands, and in the Azure portal as well. If you go to any API account type, you'll see the respective either key space, a table, or a database collection for MongoDB API as well.
And the exact same will apply to serverless. So once the serverless offer launches, it's an offer that will be available for all the APIs. And what that means really is that you will be able to use our MongoDB API in serverless mode. You will be able to use our Cassandra API in serverless mode, which is a big change in the way you consume Cosmos DB.
That will be awesome. That'll be really great to have. Building on that, we had a question from Sonal that asked for the date for Cosmos DB serverless. Thomas, when is this going to be available?
Yeah, so it's as I said, it's around the corner. We are looking at a couple of months until we are able to launch the public preview. And again, we are going straight to public preview. We won't start with a private preview. This will be available to anyone in just a couple of months. So around the summertime here in the northern hemisphere.
That's perfect. Awesome. Thomas, actually, I have another question for you.
Yep.
This one's a little bit more about security.
Okay.
It's from Chad. Could a Cosmos DB private endpoint be isolated to a private API app through the VNet?
Yes, absolutely. So you can do peering between virtual networks, and actually, once a Cosmos DB account is exposed via a private endpoint to a virtual network, then everything you usually do from the virtual network applies. So yeah, that situation is totally supported.
Awesome. Thanks, Thomas. I have actually another security question for you from Ken while we're on this subject. When creating a customer encryption key at the time of creation of Cosmos DB, you are setting the Azure Key Vault resource.
Yep.
How does the new resource have permissions to Azure Key Vault?
I'm
assuming it's managed identity, but I didn't see permissions being set in the demo.
Absolutely, and because we had limited time, the demo was kind of a shortcut of the actual flow. Very good question. Obviously, yes, you have to deal with access control. The way it works today is that you would grant access. So you would go to your Azure Key Vault instance, and this is where you would grant access to the Azure Cosmos DB service principal. So this is a service-wide service principal that you would have to grant access to at the level of your Azure Key Vault to let actually, as correctly imagined, to let Cosmos DB access your Key Vault instance on your behalf. Managed instance will be a second way to do that. We are currently implementing that second way of actually authorizing Cosmos DB to use your Azure Key Vault instance. This is something that will land during the second semester of this year.
Perfect. Thanks, Thomas. That's even more great stuff to look forward to.
Yes.
I have a great question. Shifting now to notebooks and the developer experience, I have a great question from Keith, and it's for Deborah. Can notebooks be used for cross-partition queries and transactions?
Yes, so you should think of notebooks as kind of a notebooks workspace or scratchpad where you can really do any operation you like against Cosmos DB. So if you remember that cell where I was running that select star query, that was just using the Cosmos DB SDK, which, as you know, supports both single partition, cross-partition queries. So any query you could do against Cosmos DB, you could also do from the context of a notebook environment, either via our Python SDK. By the way, I forgot to mention we also have Python notebooks, which have been Jupyter notebooks, which have been available for a while. The other thing to mention is that you can check out our documentation. We do have some helper methods that make it easier for you to write SQL queries, and those do support cross-partition queries as well.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Matt had another question about notebooks. When will the C# notebooks support C# 9? The new data classes would be great for defining the models.
That's a great question. I think right now we, behind the scenes, have this like one giant preset file where we say what's the latest version of every single feature that we pull in. So over time, as new updates come in, we should be able to see some updates there. Feel free to always file a user voice item. I think it's always great to get the customer feedback to help us prioritize and make sure that we're responding to the needs of our users and community there.
Perfect. Have a couple other questions, and I saved them for last because they're very high-level, broad questions, so I think it's a good final discussion point to talk about. It's a question from Mahindra M. If I have a structured data set, am I better if I use SQL or Cosmos for performance and price point? Thomas, do you want to take this?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and it's certainly a question that comes up a lot, right? People will start on a new application and they kind of ponder whether they should go the SQL or the non-SQL direction. Usually, our recommendation is that whether your data model is relational or not doesn't make a big difference, because actually, as we have shown in past conferences and talks, it's actually totally possible to model a relational data model on a NoSQL database like a Cosmos DB. The real question that you should ask yourself is what kind of scalability am I expecting, right? How far am I expected to push the scalability of my database in terms of throughput and in terms of storage as well? What kind of SLAs am I expecting? As you may know, Cosmos DB provides 5 nines of availability, for example, guaranteed low latency. If those are actually requirements that resonate with your application, maybe this is a situation where you would start looking at Cosmos DB as the solution for your application.
That makes sense. That was a really great answer. And I'd say Cosmos DB is something that, as an engineer on Azure, I've certainly played with on my own and used quite a bit. I'm personally really interested in low-cost options for development. You've talked about a lot of really great features here, but I just want to kind of play around with Cosmos DB. I'm okay with spending a few dollars here and there, but I kind of want to understand my options. Deborah, could you talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, we have a ton of options for you available today and later as well with the preview serverless. So today we have the Azure Cosmos free tier, which anyone can use. Gives you the first 400 RUs and 5 GB of storage. And with that, you can basically, as long as your resources stay under that, you won't pay a single thing. It also works with Autoscale containers as well. So if you want to set one Autoscale container that scales between 400 and 4,000 RUs, if you don't actually use anything, then it's free. But if you do happen to have requests that need to spike, you will only be charged for those during the hours where it's used. In addition to the free tier, we, as always, have the Cosmos DB emulator, which you can use for local development that doesn't incur any cost against the service, as well as other options that Thomas can tell you about.
Yeah, well, I guess serverless is the one we are waiting for around the corner, right? Serverless is, as we mentioned before, is going to be maybe the last mile we have to go in order to have a real offering spectrum that addresses any kind of workload with something that is purely consumption based.
Perfect. Those are a lot of great options. I think I'm going to use free tier because you can't be free. Free is really awesome for getting started. And 400 RUs is actually enough for me, I think, to build the app I wanted to build. So thanks so much, Thomas and Deborah. This was an awesome session. And I'm excited to build more apps using Cosmos DB.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.